I'd say our next pod, we need to do some research and figure out why they banned alcohol in the first place. Why did they what was the prohibition over alcohol and stuff like? Well, why did they even do that?
Because niggas was getting too drunk back then. They
were allowed to drink and drive back in the day.
You feel me? Like niggas was getting there. Hold on, what was that? What was that? Gatsby? Motherfucker was in the. She was in the whip. Yeah. She was in the whip. Yeah. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. She was drunk as hell.
But they were only going like 30 miles per hour. You had time to whip that shit back real quick. Niggas now they going to hundo. I'm like, holy.
Hey, look. 30 miles per hour when you swerve, nigga. That's pretty fast.
Boy, it is.
On them walking streets.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody was drinking like crazy back. Even in
come on, man.
Even in the most recent old film about with Leonardo DiCaprio in it, how to
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon. In that film, there was a bunch of scenes where like the guys just got in the car and they were like pissed drunk.
Yeah, I think it was either people was too drunk, or it was the government at the time fighting the alcohol companies.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. We're gonna come back with the real information on that next pod.
But either way,
I am.
But like or it was a way for niggas to make money. Cause liquor was so loose at that time.
Liquor was so loose.
Niggas was making it in their backyard.
Boy.
Yeah, in their kitchen, not backyard, in their kitchen.
I don't think they was putting the right proofs on them labels.
Yeah, boy, come on now. That hooch. That hooch.
Boy, you probably could clean floors with some of that liquor they was drinking back in the day.
So like I saw a video, a nigga made wine out of Dr. Pepper.
I think you've been hanging around me too much because I've been on that video for a while. He's done he's down Mountain Dew. Hang around me enough, you gonna see some other shit too.
I was like, what the fuck?
And I was thinking we should do that and just start making our
nigga.
own.
I was waiting for the results. I was like, what this nigga gonna say it tastes like? But
then you realize how long the process is. Tell him
30 days, boy.
Can I wait a month for some liquor?
Like you feel me? Like
some wine.
Come on. In the moment you like, ooh, I can make some Sprite wine. But then like 30 days you're like, damn, like, do I really want Sprite wine? Like,
and then it's like it takes out all the you gotta like get rid of some of these thoughts that you have in your like head about this liquor. It's not gonna have carbonation. It's just gonna have the flavors. So think of it like flat Coke with a lot of alcohol in it, concentrated, and no sugar. No sugar, because all the sugar is removed. When you're watching these videos, he's like, "I'm waiting for the sugar to get removed." And
that's how it ferments exactly. So it's all the other things left. So like the spices.
I want to see if there's like a prison video on this because I feel like
no, you don't want the prison one. I've already talked to our homie about that.
Who?
You already know. Yeah. I've already talked to our homie about that, and I asked him how did they do it.
And when you look at the ingredients, it's only like three things.
Yeah. That's what I said,
it's
too.
It's just Coke and yeast.
Coke and yeast.
I'm like...
Coke and Dr. Pepper and yeast.
I'm like, what?
That's all that nigga did.
In a bottle. And then I'm like, if you go get a 2-liter, right? And put some yeast in there. And then just like put the cap back on and then maybe like grab like the end of a pencil, the metal part, heat it up. And then put it in the top of the can, and then let it get oxygen. I feel like that's the same thing he got. It's a prison version of it, but like Jimmy Rig.
Nah, that nigga said, bro. He told me
it's gotta like oxidize or something like that.
Nah, that nigga told me how they do it.
Tell him.
And the way they do it.
They grab the toilet.
I would never.
Grab the toilet water.
The way they nah. He said they have somebody that collect the fruit.
Yeah.
So you collect the fruit or like the fruit peels, and you put them in a bag, and you let it rot, you let it spoil and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. You let it spoil and everything like that. Ferment? You mean?
You let it ferment. All that fruit. You put it in the bag, and you let it ferment. And then he said you mix it with I guess you mix it with like boiling water, and then he said they had the hooch.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. I don't know why you would let people just make wine or like the Jimmy or the real with yeast. They probably don't even sell yeast to them because if they all got drunk or something like that off some wine.
But he was like that's not the hard part. The hard part is that that person has to hide that
for 30 days.
He has to hide that from the corrections
that's
officers.
A lot of work. That's a lot of
and
work.
You don't know where he hiding it at. So it's like he has that bag of all those peels and fruits, all those spoiled peels and fruits. But you don't like it's questionable where he was hiding. That's what he told me. I was like, nah, you know what, y'all look, bruh. I would gladly walk in, switch shoes with you, and have the yeast packets already in the shoes for you, just to add it into your sodas for you. We gonna cut out all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You want a Sprite, dog? Here go a Sprite, 2 liter. Don't pour a little bit out. I'm gonna pass you some yeast in these new shoes. We gonna switch shoes, and boom, you gonna 30 days, and y'all gonna have some clean hooch.
And that's a negative for me. I'll be sober in here for the rest of my sentence.
Come on, man. Like, it's one thing to be a culture vulture, but it's another person to appreciate the culture. It's another thing to appreciate the culture. And it's just like, man, like, stop fucking playing around, bro. Give my man JT his flowers.
For real.
Because if he really was a culture vulture, so many black people would not be working with him.